to Family Clinic Podcast.
It's a movie. Red carpet, the lights going through.
I enjoyed it.
The reason for marriage is not children.
You don't use love to get into marriage. It is knowledge.
He who finds a wife, in finding you don't love, because love covers multitudes of sin. That's why we see red flag and we ignore it, because we are in love.
Don't choose who you love who you choose.
This is Family Clinic, the podcast with Pedro.
I like to start from Martha. Okay? I'd like you to tell us, what is the fear about commitment in our today's world? Why are people afraid of being committed to a partner? And that's why you hear when people say, I want to have a baby mama instead of getting married. Why? What is the fear of being committed? Is it based on past experience or heartbreak? Can you tell us?
Good evening, everyone. I think it's a combination of both past experience, family background, and your circle. Because sometimes when you mingle with those who don't see family as important, you tend to fear when you want to go into a relationship. Sometimes heartbreaks, previous experience, you'll be afraid without even going into the relationship. You're already afraid. Fear of the unknown. Will this guy treat me the way the previous person treated me? Will this lady do the same thing? And some persons do not want to, they don't just want stress. They just say, marriage it comes with a lot, mental stress. Let me just avoid this thing and just look for a baby mama. It's as simple as that.
Okay, I'm sure, Christopher, I'm sure you have something to say.
Yeah, a little. First of all, I think pressure from the guys, financial pressure is also one causes why some guys don't want to get married. And for the ladies, I think heartbreak also is one fear to them. They don't want to go into another relationship and they'll start saying things that they saw from the previous relationship. So something like that, they really want to guide themselves before they go into any relationship. And to add a little icing on the cake, ladies prefer now to do what we call transactional relationship. It's more beneficiary than I've been loyal to somebody before and I didn't gain anything. I didn't get that bone straight of 350,000. So now let me go for what matters. And they want to get close for themselves and build their business.
Is this real? Do ladies transact relationship now? Please, I think I'd like to hear from the audience, please.
For real, it's transactional. But I'll say this. I think love in itself is transactional. So I don't think the issue is that love is transactional. I think the issue is that it's more parasitic than it's transactional.
Okay.
All right? It's one-sided. You want to, based on your past relationship, don't forget that I also have past traumas. But now, based on your past traumas, you want to build me. Now,
yes.
I always pray to God that they meet the guys that two want to eat them up, so that two of them can meet. Because oftentimes these girls get to meet guys who are serious, and the guys who want to eat people up meet girls who are serious. I don't know why the world is like that, but I think the problem is not transactional. The problem is parasitic.
Wow, this is serious. Wow. I'm sure somebody has something to say. Okay. I'll just, we have a lot to talk about. So let me just move to the next question. I think I have to go to, let me fall back to the marriage now. Let's go to marriage. I would like to start from Dickness. Please, I would like you to share with us, why is divorce rising so much? What could be the cause? Every day, sorry, yesterday I was opportune to, we were talking to a friend of ours that's a lawyer, and she said when you come to her office, they have a lot of, that she is sure that people who are filed for divorce now are more than those who are already divorced. So why the fast rise of divorce? Is it lack of patience? Can you tell us?
Thank you again for having me. This problem has always existed. It's just more pronounced now. Society has evolved. Things are more public now. Families and marriages are no longer as intimate as they were. So things are in the open. So it's not just a function of patience, but fundamentally, there was a reason why I said I introduced myself as a deaconess, because I wanted to stay on the perspective from God's point of view.
Okay.
Marriage is not man's idea.
Okay.
Marriage was God's idea. And woman was not the man's idea. Woman for the man was God's idea. Now, when there is no, I don't want to say proper understanding, but when oftentimes my mother never told me what it means to get married. She never explained it to me what our experiences in marriage were. I grew up to see some things. I grew up to notice some things. She could have had a conversation with me to prepare me for what I was going to go through, what I could properly see, what I may see. But it's often, I would see her maybe crying. I would see her mood change. I would see these back conversations behind the closed doors. And then I'm wondering what is happening. Even when you grow older and then we become, let's say, mature, that conversation never still happens. And so it's almost like each time a young person, a young man, say, I want to get married, most likely they're not. They might just be walking into a minefield. I've been a pre-marriage counselor for over 15 years. And one thing that I would say is that marriage is 99.9% character issues. It is because if you understand what forms your character, your belief system, your environment, the culture, the people, the place, the education, everything that you have seen, experienced, come from, has made you into this person. And then imagine yourself going to join yourself with another person with all these things, because you're going to be quick to judge that this person is like this, like this, like this, like this. But the same factors and beliefs and cultures and environment and education that you went through to become the person that you are may also be this, but only differently. Only differently. So when you come together, when the two of them can just not. He said it was funny when the last comedian was making some jokes about marriage, but really it wasn't really funny. Wow. It wasn't really funny. Wow. He said he has built, somebody else came to
collect,
to take it. Now he doesn't want to build. He wants to take what somebody has built.
All right, Dickness, I'm going to come back to you again. I'm going to come back to you. I'd like Miss Augusta to say something. I'm sure you have something to say. What do you think is the cause?
Thank you for having me. I think we have normalized irresponsibility. We have normalized highest level of disrespect for the institution called marriage. I think we have normalized secrecy in the name of privacy in marriage. I think we have normalized a lot of things that we should condemn today. And the younger ones are watching, just like the first question you asked. If we have homes where the children are watching, the father is treating the mother this way and all of that, the younger child will be like, I don't think, I'm not interested in marriage. I work with millennials. I hear them speak. Some of the things we are modeling in marriage today, And majority of those things are coming from the men. Yes, they are character issues. They are not a defying God. And they are not encouraging the young people to, see marriage as a blessing.
So, sorry, I like...
As something that is instituted by God, as something to respect.
No. I have to say something. I'm sure one or two men have something to say here. Because you are shifting the blame on the men. So, men, do we agree? Okay, somebody wants to say something. Let's go to the audience.
Recently, somebody got married with me some years back, and currently they are divorced. The reason for the divorce is based on deceit. Many ladies are deceiving the men they are about to get married to. This man married a lady who does not have a womb, who is not even seeing menses. She doesn't see her menses. She lied to him, and even while they were married, he was now demanding, I want to see your pad. Let me see the pad. So he found out that she deceived him and lured him into marriage. He was not sexually involved. They were not having sex because she said she was godly and all that. So he respected her and followed the due process and all that. Now getting married to this lady, 3 years down the line, no baby, no issue, a lot of challenges. She's not seeing her menses. She's saying she sees the menses. How can you be seeing menses in the same house you are together and I've never seen you buy pad? So this became a very terrible issue. The marriage had to break. He broke the marriage. Because the marriage was built on deceit. See, many ladies are lying to men, first of all. Many men are lying. Listen. Okay. Yeah, you may think it's vice versa. But many women have condemned their womb already. Okay. And they're entering marriage and they're saying, let's go to prayer houses.
All right. Hold on. Just hold on. I'm going to come back to the audience. Please, one house. Okay? Please, hold on. I'm going to come back to you. Let's allow Mr. Augusta to respond to him. Please, go ahead, man.
My brother, those are rare situations. We are not here to compete who is the best. We are here for the realities. So, let me tell you, the reason for marriage is not children. First and foremost, it means there was no love between the two. Do you understand? So in marriage, there are a lot of unprepared, will I call them eventualities, or things that you may not, be prepared for, and all of that. They happen. So please, for knowledge purposes, the sole reason for marriage is not children. Thank you.
Okay. I'm sure somebody has something to say.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anita Gaga. In as much as I want to agree with you, Ma, that the main purpose of marriage is not children, what the lady did was wrong. She would have been transparent enough. Let it be that the man is aware and accepted it. That is deceit. And if I were to be the man, I would divorce you. Because you deceived me into marriage. If you can do that, it simply means you can actually kill me. Because now the whole marriage is built on lies. So for me, that was wrong. Totally unacceptable.
But from what she said, okay, let her say what she has to say.
I am not saying deceit is good. I'm not saying it's right for you to deceive your partner or your spouse. I am saying those are situations that could happen. And we see today, if we want to take statistics of those deceiving who into marriage, you would agree with me that the number will tilt. So, but that's not the situation. That's not the issue we are trying to, that we are addressing. We are saying what is causing a lot of divorce in marriage. And we are saying the situations are, it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So here is not, we're not here to lay blames. We're not here to point fingers. But we are saying, before going into marriage, know that the sole reason is not children. Because we are also seeing today situations where men use, because their wives have not given birth, they are becoming promiscuous, sleeping around, doing all sorts of things, adding so much salt to the injury in the home already, and breaking their own homes.
Before I come to you, I like to say this. You see, people go into marriage without being healed. This is the biggest challenge. A lot of marriage today are broken because of the experience. Just imagine a child who grew up in a toxic home and discovered that my father usually beats my mother. This is a custom. To him is a custom. And he grew up in such an environment. And one thing you find out that thing goes to the child's subconscious to stay. So when he gets married, it becomes a tradition to him. He doesn't see it as anything. So before you get into marriage, the first thing you need is proper healing. You must be healed of your trauma, the past experience. Those things are in your subconscious. Most of the things we do in our marriage are based on information. So if, as a therapist, the first thing I do to you, even when you come to tell me my spouse is cheating, I won't criticize him. I want to look at where is this information coming from. How did he start? What made him to do this thing? These are the things we check. So we're going to come back to you. Why? I'm sure Ogbefi has something to say before we move to the next.
For the subject of divorce and the reason why it is prevalent now in our society, we cannot start debating it whether it's a man's fault or it's a woman's fault. It's an attack on the marriage, on that institution called marriage in itself, because if every one of us here or everybody in Nigeria gets marriage right, 90% of the issues that we're facing in the society, we won't face them. Everything will be stable. So the devil doesn't need to attack through several shots. He just needs to use one shot because he doesn't have much bullet. So he doesn't waste his shot. So he just aims at the family through his shot there. Once he scatters the family, he faces another place. He has already destroyed a lot of things by just using that one bullet. So another thing is we have people advancing in age, but they are not growing in their minds. They are, we have parents who think that they can put their children in big schools, and because the children speak good English, it means that there's nothing more that they need to tell the children. My son is wise. I'm sure most of us know parents who just throw praises at their children. That's just what they do when they wake up in the morning. This my son is very intelligent. This my daughter is very pretty. That's what they tell the children until they become 18, 21, 25. And before you know it, one person will just come from nowhere and just pick that person like that. Somebody that is not properly cooked, that is not ready for anything in life. That person is not even supposed to go out of the house. If that person is not ready, then that person will now get married, wear flamboyant wedding gowns, throw big parties, and you expect that when they go back home, that the marriage will succeed. The Bible says that, most times women, they tend to express themselves using emotion. You have to kill them. Emotion is not a good thing. Kill it. It will mislead you because it has to do with the flesh. Be reasonable. The Bible says that a good woman builds a house. To build a house takes time. It means you will suffer some lapses, you will forgo some things, you make some sacrifice because you're building. It takes time, it's painful. There are some times that your husband will do some things, it will be painful, but you will endure and look at it critically, not emotionally.
All right. Please put your hands together for him. I mean, do we have time to take questions from the audience?
I kind of like agree with what Oga just said.
Okay.
With a few things you just mentioned about marriage. But another angle to it, from my view, would be seeing marriage as a business venture. When you want to start up a business, you partner with somebody to start a business. What are the things you need to do to make that business work? But if a lot of here who are into partnerships in business, we look at our marriages that way, most likely it will reduce the rate of divorce. However, like you know in Nigeria, businesses crumble every day. Most likely, divorce would also happen every day. So what are the factors? Why do businesses crumble in Nigeria? You may look at economic factors. In fact, I just checked Broke right now. The rate of divorce actually reduced during COVID-19. Anyways, my 2 cents. If you manage your marriage like you manage your business, it could last longer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right, good evening. Please, what I want to say, like to support from what we are discussing, the high rate of divorce. Most of the young married now, let me use the word the young marriage, are not actually prepared for the marriage itself. We only spend time preparing for wedding ceremonies. Yeah, forgetting that there is a day after wedding. And that day is just for you, your wife, and your husband to stay alone forever. So, and during courtship or relationship, that we call it, we ignore a lot of characters. It's not like we are not seeing those red flags, but we are seeing them. We just want to ignore them. I've seen somebody said, after all, you're not going to marry me, and I just date with a date. At the end of the day, something like that, if you end up marrying someone like that, that same character will repeat. So the problem is that we ignore a lot of red flag during courtship.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. We have a lot of anonymous information that we're going to be reading out. We want them to listen. There are situations that they send to us, and they want us to share their situation so that they can hear our response and know the direction to take. Please, Mr. Farr, please, can you go ahead with the questions?
All right, so I'm going to just speed through and paraphrase. So she said she met this guy and they were dated for about 6 months. And after 6 months, the guy said he wanted to marry her and introduced her to his parents. And the first thing the father said to her was, you need to get pregnant before we can allow our son to marry you. Because according to the father, a lot of women out there have damaged their wombs and come and deposit the baggage on innocent young men, according to the father. So, one house, please. So she went ahead and did everything she could in 2-3 months and took in. Got pregnant.
She got pregnant for the guy?
Yeah, she got pregnant for the guy.
Oh. How?
Yes.
This is...
Because she was desperate. She really loved the guy. One house, please. So at the end of the day, she put to bed. I'm just speeding through, though. She put to bed, and exactly 2 weeks after delivery, the guy left her. Now, according to her story, she said that the guy said he was not exactly his type. All right, was not exactly his type. But now she decided to move on and take the pain because the guy went ahead to marry somebody else. Now, but the reason why she wrote to us, she said, if that occasion only happened once in her life, she would have settled for it. But a second scenario occurred.
Can we take the first one before we move to the second situation?
Okay.
So I'm sure, Dickness, I'm sure you have something to say.
First and foremost, by even agreeing to the terms and conditions before you even go to before you are even in that relationship, first and foremost, she has devalued herself. She has devalued herself. And then secondly, you agreed to become an experiment. Because I'm wondering, if I'm the guy, why should I eventually pay for a cow when I'm getting the milk for free? Just because the boy, the sad part is that it was the boy's father, not the young man, that said that. Meaning that she was going to be in a situation where rules and regulations were already being set for her to follow, and she was working too hard to meet them. In this aspect, even though she was not desperate, she would look as if she was. Even though she was overqualified or better off for this person, she has cheapened herself, and this guy would think that this girl is working too hard. Everything was not working against her.
Okay, thank you so much, Ignis. I'll come back to you. I'm sure, Martha, you have something to say?
I think for me, I wouldn't do it. Because I've had a scenario like that. A guy said, the only reason I will get married to you is to impregnate you. Then I told him right outly, I said, if after getting married to me, I don't give birth in 2 years, you can divorce me. That's what I just told him. That if he agrees to it, we'll sign it. I'll tell my parents that I said, after 2 years, if I don't get pregnant for him. I now told him, if you're not sure of yourself, me, I'm sure of myself. Because yearly, I do checkups. I said, if you're not sure if your sperm can impregnate me, I'm sure I have eggs that his sperm can impregnate. Simple, that's what I just did, and I walked away.
Man, you guys are going extra mile. Okay, I'm sure you have something to say.
The only thing I have to say is that women are not experiment whereby you give them order to do something in order for you to marry them. That idea is very, very wrong. And I think that idea also is coming from a very, 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 very scattered home. Do you understand? Whereby the father have multiple wives, or probably the guy's mother is not also married, and they just feel that they can use lady for experiment, and that is really, really wrong.
Okay, so can we move forward?
Okay, so she said the major trauma she's going through right now that made her to write to us is that just 2 years after that experience with the guy, as a single mom with a 2-year-old child, male child, that she's taking care of. Apparently the guy moved on with his new wife. She took upon herself as a Gen Z, in quotes, according to her words, that it's not a man's duty to approach a woman. If you see a man you like, you can go ahead and approach the man. And then, okay, one house, please. So on a very certain day, in this very city of Asaba, precisely at ShopRite, all right, in one of the restaurants, I wouldn't want to call the name because they didn't pay for promotions, all right, so she actually mentioned the name of the restaurant in ShopRite. So she met this guy, a young man, and she approached him, all right. After approaching him, she told the guy, I like you, and I think we can work things out and everything. So,
oh, okay, she approached the guy herself.
She approached the guy. And because even having a child, she still looks. One house, please. Even after having the child, she still looks pretty good, all right, for a single mom. So the guy said, okay, it's good, let's work things out. But with my sister. So the guy apparently lives with his younger sister. What's with his sister? All right, so she didn't even see that as a red flag. She said, no problem, my love is enough to sustain both of us. Okay.
Whoa.
Yes. Now, this is the crazy part.
Whoa.
This is the crazy part, so I can round up this question, this request. So she went ahead and sponsored their marriage. Yes. So, yes, she went ahead to sponsor their marriage. One house, please. According to her, she said, can we have one house? But according to her, she felt when you love someone, everything you have belongs to that person. So, I'm paraphrasing, there are a lot of crazy things she wrote here. All right, so now, but the bottom line is that because she was living in a room and parlor self-con, and she didn't want her neighbors to say, you go marry husband, come. She had to go and rent a 2-bedroom flat somewhere else, furnished it, and they moved in.
as a newly wedded
She moved
couple.
in with the guy.
The guy actually married her.
Okay.
Yeah, they moved in together. And they had a very... One house. Whether the guy married or she married, but she was married. All right, so now the sad part here is why she's a TikTok influencer. So one of her days that she had to travel for a shoot. By the time she got back, in just less than a year of marriage, the guy had cut and everything in the house. The guy had sold everything, moved everything out, and eloped. With not that he left with the woman, but he just left. Yes, in Asaba here. Okay, so now this is the part that personally, because I don't have the right to judge, but it will make you feel like releasing your king to flog her. Now she's asking that she has reached out to the guy and the guy has apologized. Now she wants to forgive the guy and take the guy back, but the guy is not bold enough. She's not. Wait now. He's not bold. See, the problem now is that he's not bold enough. One house. He's not bold enough to come back because he feels that she's going to hurt him in one way or the other. Now she needs advice on how to get him to believe that she really loves him.
Okay. Please, one house. Please, one house. Listen. A lot of you women that are shouting here, you will still emotionally do the same thing. So let's allow Miss Augusta to talk to us. Let her answer this question. Go ahead, man.
One house.
Please, audience, please.
That's our sister right there. And she needs help.
Yes.
That is called betrayal trauma. She is broken from that first encounter. She's suffering from what they call betrayal trauma. Betrayal trauma will not make her think well again. If you leave her, she'll make that mistake over and over and over and over again.
Yes, that's true.
That is why we have to be careful. Hello, mothers here, fathers here, all of us, sisters, everyone. Before you set your girl child out, before you send her forth for marriage, make sure you equip her very well, emotionally, psychologically, physically, financially, emotionally. Get her equipped. Marriage is deep. That girl is, if is abroad, they will analyze it.
That's true.
Yes, she is not okay. But we will not be able to know because of, we normalize all of these things and then we move on. She's passing through so much more than the physical story we have heard here. Wow. First and foremost, she's a single mother. She's dealing with that. That comes with its emotional trauma already. A whole lot of other things attached to it. And then another one has entered it. So please, it's a warning signal to all of us.
Okay, I'd like to go to Omoefi. I'm sure you have something to say. This is the reason why we are doing this. A lot of you here, you might think, oh, she's crazy. But let me tell you, this love that has been moving you, these emotions that have been carrying you, that's why they carry some of you. They have destroyed your life. So that's why we are doing what we are doing. We'd like you to pay attention so you can learn. Please, Omoefi, I'd like you to add something to what Mr. Augusta said.
I don't know if the lady that sent the question would be watching the podcast or she's anywhere near here. The reaction of the people in the hall will give her an idea of how they consider her, the quality of person that they see her to be. So it's a personality problem. The Bible says that foolishness abounds in the heart of a child, but it is with rod that it is removed. It is not with giving it fancy name like emotional trauma. Those things don't exist here. life is already hard here. We cannot accommodate foolishness with this hardship. So we must separate it. And you see, the problem still boils down to family. This person that came to tell us this type of thing in public, don't you have a close circle, a family, where you can go, where they can rebuke you secretly and deal with you, so that you will not continue to repeat the same thing? You see, so it is the same thing, that the same point I'm trying to stress, that people age, but they don't develop mentally. They just age. And the reason is because we feel that we have many options and choices, that we can do whatever we like. You see, but if your life would be successful, it must come with a template. There should be a template. If you don't have one, you will struggle to develop one. This is how I want my life to be, and I insist that this is how it will be. This young man cannot interrupt this template. If he's not going to support me to get to my destination in life, then let him go.
All right.
I will continue to work with my
Wow,
template.
thank you so much. Thank you. Please, I'd like to go to the audience, please. I'm sure. Okay, please. Can we give him the mic?
Okay, this is now what I'm about to say. Some people don't like it, but it's the truth, and I have to agree with it. Now, for guys, don't love your girlfriend. For girls, don't submit to your boyfriend. There's a reason why it was husbands love your wife.
Sorry, hold on. Are you saying
I'm going
boyfriend?
somewhere. Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay.
Boy, don't love your girlfriend.
Okay.
Girlfriend, don't submit to your boyfriend.
Okay.
It was essential that scripture put husbands love. Because now this is the reason. I'll give you a reason. In finding, he who finds a wife, in finding you don't love. Because love corrects multitudes of sins. That's why we see red flag and we ignore it, because we are in love. So in the girlfriend stage, don't love, deliberately find. And when you are found, husbands, love your wife.
Okay.
Then for the girlfriend, the reason she could do that is she's submitting to the boy when the boy has not gotten married to her. Because how can a boy tell you to get married or rather get pregnant? You have something. This is a senseless situation we're talking about here. Back to the rod of correction.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sure somebody else has something to say.
I think, to put it better, don't choose who you love. Love who you choose. You understand? Because when you say fall in love, falling has always been accident. Nobody deliberately fall to the ground. So when you say you fall in love, you make a lot of mistakes. And for me, I feel she was put to test and then she defaulted, because for your father-in-law to say you have to be pregnant first before they'll marry you, that's to test, to see if you're desperate or not. And then she failed that test. Any father-in-law wouldn't approve for his son to continue with that, because that is when they will know. As a woman, you should also have a say. You do your due diligence. A man is not just coming to pick you. You also have to decide if you want to be with that man. So anybody telling you that you need to be pregnant first before they marry you, there are several ways of knowing if this woman is still fertile or not, apart from getting pregnant. So that was a first test she failed. She shouldn't have fought for that. Then the second one, I feel she's still traumatized, just like one of the speakers said. And she feel, I'm already a baby mama, so I should be the one chasing. So she just needs to get to a space where she should accept herself and know that regardless of the fact that I'm a baby mama, I'm still good enough. And then stop taking or entertaining all those toxic guys. That guy is not good for her. He has done it once. One thing we need to understand is there's no excuse for cheating. If someone can cheat once, if someone can hurt you once, they can do it over and over again. Now, I'm not saying don't forgive them, but then don't bring them back into that space to do more damage. So she should just let the guy go. She's still good enough.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay.
Pedro, I'd like to say something.
Okay, all right.
Let's quickly round this up. I truly hope that that young lady would watch. Because right now, she's working very hard to correct what she thinks she has, the mistake she thinks she has made.
Yes.
And she's very much in the world. So she's looking at trying to, I want to use that word, reduce what people would say. You understand? But I want to read something to you, young lady, in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, because when you are not whole, when you're not complete in yourself, when you don't know who you are, when you don't know what the value of who God has made you to be, you will start this mistake, and before long, this mistake will become patterns.
Yeah.
And sadly, now you also now have a daughter or a son, and before long, this trauma will begin to seep into this young man's life, seeing the mistakes that you make. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. It said that which is now already has been. This thing this character flaw, this compromise that you made, this thing that made you believe that this person, you knew, something in you told you that this is not right. He said, because the moment you compromised and agreed the first time, it was not the guy, it was you. It was you. You thought that if you do that, what he says, then you can be with him. What question is, why must it be that? Didn't you deserve better? Didn't you deserve more? How about respect for yourself? Respect for your family? What just if peradventure, let's not even say that now this person married you, he was going to marry you, but what if in the process of this marriage then something happened and this marriage never happened? You could have passed on or something. What made you take that decision? It is the same thing that is making you make the same mistakes again. And you must go back to find yourself.
Wow.
It is not in people
Wow.
to help you find yourself.
Yes.
You must find yourself.
Wow, wow. Okay, I think I just have a little bit to talk about it. You know, because I don't want us to judge her because of her state, okay? You see, this love thing has driven a lot of people to destinations that they never thought. You see, you don't use love to get into marriage. It is knowledge. The Bible says through wisdom, a house is built. It says by understanding, it is established. It says through knowledge, you bring riches. The riches there also mean you bringing things that are in line. As a young girl, as a single girl that are not married, first, go for knowledge. In your singlehood, begin to search. You see, become what you ought to be. If the girl in her state, if she has come to herself, let me tell you, if you see somebody like Laviv as a single girl that has a direction, an alignment where she's going to, she knows her left from her right, no man can condition her. No man can condition her. You can't meet such a person and say, oh, you have to get pregnant for me. No, it is because of her vulnerable state, where she has found herself, the value where she has placed herself. So as a young girl, put yourself there. Place yourself where people who will be in alignment with you, they will come. Don't be in a hurry. Men find you in alignment. They don't find you on the streets. So you must get to know who you are. If you don't discover yourself, no man will discover you. So please try and make sure in your state, gather knowledge. Understand where you are going to. Who am I? What's my direction? In the movement of that direction, you will find things come in contact with you. So I think we have some other stuff to say.
Yes, one more.
Okay, please go ahead.
One more. Okay, so this one is a very straightforward one. Very, very straightforward. They're just 9 months in marriage. 9 months.
9 months?
Yeah, they became 9 months 3 weeks ago. All right, so 9 months in marriage. She's currently back in her father's house.
Now she sent the message from her father's house in Benin, but they were married here in Asaba. So apparently the guy is a baller. Please, one house, please. So apparently the guy is a baller.
What do you mean baller? You mean a ninth
life? Yeah. So
he goes to club and
yeah.
stuff.
So they met that way. Not that they met. He met her on the street. She's a very responsible girl from a responsible home.
Yeah.
But they met around that environment. So they got married. Now she said she had to leave the marriage because it took her 9 months for her to make that decision. For that 9 months, she had been going through trauma of trying to make the husband stay in the house and trying to make the guy to stop. One house, please. One house, please.
Wow.
One house, please. Trying to make him reduce cheating in your face. Because the way he does his own cheating, he does it like he can apparently be having sex with another girl and he can pick her call and respond and say, what is this now? All this kind of careless kind of cheating. He was that stubborn. Let me not use any abusive word on him. Okay, so she has been trying to do that. Now, the reason why she had to leave, why her dad came to pick her, is because she started noticing some dangerous infections around her private parts. Very deadly, dangerous infections. Now, she has been going through treatments and everything. Now, when we reached out to the guy has told us point blank that when he married her, when he met her, he met those infections in that place. He says so that he was not the one that put those things there. So now it's hard to believe, because if you say you put those things, that you met it there, and you've been going there, nevertheless, you've still been going there. You see, it's very hard to know who to believe. But now the guy is very adamant that he doesn't even want her back. That if she wants to go back to her father's house, let her go and they should return bride price. But she says she loves the guy, but she just doesn't want, she wants him to stop the ninth life while she's trying to figure out the cure for the infection that she's still dealing with. She has been to the best hospitals.
Wow.
She's still dealing with those infections, and she's certain that this guy gave her those infections.
Okay, all right. Ogbefi, I'd like you to say something. Please, can you address this situation?
Well, for the girl, the place they met, according to the narration he gave, is a pointer to the quality of the guy's person, his character. So the girl liked the guy when he met the guy there and married the guy and wants the guy to stop doing what he was doing before they got married. You see, these are some of the reasons why I said emotion is not good. You know, it blinds you of reasoning, thinking straight. You know, a guy can be fine, he can look handsome, he can look like you're spec. But you see, when it comes to the issue of marriage, you should be afraid. It's not about spec, it's not about figure eight. It is about a life's journey, somebody that you will spend the rest of your life with. So you should be careful. It's not something that you can go in and just come out. You see, so for me, I think that was where she made the mistake. Okay. Another thing is, somebody that is not God-fearing is a tool in the hands of the devil. Anything, the devil can wake up this night and visit your home and cause the guy to stab you. He will stab you. And he will not even feel remorse. Some will even kill you and wait for police to come and carry them, and they will serve life sentence just for you to just die. You see, so some of these people, they look like human beings, but they are possessed. So at times, you need to do the God test. First, you cannot go and marry, and after marriage, you are not committing the marriage to God. Something that he was not part of from the beginning. You went your way, did your own thing, then you are now involving somebody that is far superior and older than you after you have done it. And you see, but God is loving. He will come, he will mend it, he will mend it. He will find a way around it for you. But you see, your life will never remain the same. There will be dents. There will be marks. You will have marks. You know? So I feel for the lady, but I think that what she needs now is not that guy. We are talking about your life, and you're talking about that you can come back if he stops to go to club. That's not the issue now. We are talking about you seeking God for yourself and finding out if he can help you navigate and find your path in life again and heal you from that stuff that you're going through. So I think that is what she should be looking for now, not even considering where the guy is or whether the guy will come back.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sure I'll come to you shortly. You want to say something? I'll come to you. I'd like Mr. Costa to add something to what he said.
I'm still saying we should not be normalizing these things. Yeah? How can we accept repeated infidelity and we are normalizing it? Infidelity does not only break hearts. It rewires your nervous system. It breaks your health. It breaks your mentality. It gives you mental torture, emotional torture. So we are begging the men. We know that. We are not saying it's only men that cheat. We are begging the men because majority of those stories come from the men angle. So we are begging the men.
She's here for the men.
Yeah. So I hope you will not wait for me at the junction. But for the men, we are begging you. The particular would I call lady that the case is here, we are talking to the man and we are now begging the man, please, I don't know how to put it, can we have a little fear of God in these things? The Bible said, Deaconess, help us, I think it's in Ephesians 5:25, men, love your wives. And somewhere in Proverbs, he also said, can you see a man that will bring fire onto the lap without being burnt? So we are saying these things will come back to you. Yeah? Even in the first instance of that other lady, a child is already involved. Nobody's talking about that child. I'm a child advocate. I'm just thinking, that mistake of the first time has already brought a child into the world. We're not even thinking of what would the child go through and the kind of life the child would live, and nobody is his father. How would we normalize, and the man has moved on, and then the lady is dealing with the child, her future, and a whole lot of other things? Come on. We can do better.
Okay, I'm sure you have something to say, Christopher.
A lot of these things are really, really damaging our health. Like, I will talk from the pastor's side.
Okay.
You know, we are talking about a Christian brother. Like, I've seen a pastor that have more side chick than a regular brother outside. I know a pastor that will tell you that the wife does not have right to touch his phone. Do you understand? And the wife we are talking about here is the woman treats affection all the time. And if you ask the woman, why are you still there? She will say, I'm there because of the children. Do you understand?
Yes.
And she does not have a mind of her own to leave the marriage. What will people say? I'm a pastor's wife. What will people say? But the man is damaging this lady. All the choir, they don't go. The man is doing it consistency. So I just said that.
Okay, Mother, I'm sure you have something to add.
That is what we said when we are talking about normalizing secrecy. In marriage, you're normalizing secrecy. A man can, some men here, even those of you here, you can't forget your phone or leave your phone unpassworded and then probably forget it. You want to go to Obogonogo. You see them running helter-skelter, sweating, coming to pick the phone.
Man, why do you password your phone?
Do you understand? You know, you can't even leave your phone for your children because you know the kind of principalities and powers inside the phone.
Okay, Martha, I'm sure you have something to say before I go to him.
Okay, I would say don't be unequally yoked. That's the biggest point. You don't give what you don't have. She actually met the guy in a place. If she knows she cannot take it, there's no point going into that relationship. Like, there are some persons who will not date a guy who smoke, not because they don't like the guy, but because they know they will complain. And sometimes when you start complaining, it tends to nagging. It gradually builds. Before you know, you start having issues, unsettled quarrel. Before you know, infidelity just creeps in gradually, because you just feel like, I don't want this guy. Then you will not be vulnerable to somebody else outside, because you accepted something you cannot take in. So you have to be able to accept that the guy goes to club for you to get married to that kind of person. And you know, okay, I can endure, tolerate his excesses. Simple.
Okay, I'm sure he said he wants to have something to say. Please get the mic to him.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to compliment to the final point she made. The truth is, a lot of people come into marriage hoping that your spouse will change. And truly, people rarely change. People don't really change. Yeah. That's one fact people must accept. If you are coming into a relationship hoping that, okay, this is the person I'm meeting, and when I enter, I will pray, the person will change. That is the shortest way to be disappointed. So what you cannot accept in relationship, don't hope it will change in marriage. So that's why you need to weigh your odds. Everybody, we're all dealing with our own demons. You know, a man died and went to heaven and told God, my cross is very heavy. God now said, okay, drop your cross. Go there and pick another cross. And when he went there, he picked another cross. And God told him, that is the same cross you dropped. He said, but this is actually the smallest cross. So everybody have their own demon they are dealing with. Find out what you can tolerate, what you can accept. If you cannot accept it, don't even expect it to change in marriage.
Okay, thank you so much. Right now, let's just go straight. There's a trending infidelity on the internet for some days now. And it happens to be that the gentleman says he's somebody who can keep malice. So I'd like to ask, what does malice, at what level, what damage does it cause in a marriage? Keeping malice with your spouse.
It brings a lot of emotional torture, because the person that is perpetrating the malice is doing it with intent, like pepper her. So that's an emotional torture to the other person. You know, violence is not only when you beat a woman or a man. Those are emotional violence. Yeah.
Okay, from what you said, is that enough for another man to sleep with somebody's wife? Please, I like us to be real. Is that enough for another man to sleep with somebody's wife?
No, you need to know that infidelity is not just sexual sin, and they are not done in isolation. Some other things that are outside the social media may have happened. It's just the periphery we are seeing.
So, do we think that it will get to a certain level where somebody's wife have to go and sleep with a single guy? Does that go? Okay, I like Dickness to.
Funny enough, it boils down to. I always like to say that people know what they are doing. Everybody knows what they are doing.
Okay.
You chose this man chose the woman, and the two of you, the Bible says, can two work together if they be agreed? How can they agree if they don't talk? That woman, no matter what she may have done, I'm not sure she killed somebody. For him to say, yes, you're angry. He said, be angry and sin not.
Yes.
The Bible didn't say, don't be angry.
Yeah.
He said, be angry, but sin not. Meaning that, go back to talk about it. He said, there is a character flaw already with that man. Even where they were dating, all these signs are there. Whatever you will see in your marriage was already in your relationship. It is just that it's going to be amplified.
Yes.
This person is going to be home now. This is going to be themselves. But they were already themselves. You choose not to see. Because there were a time where they were dating and she may have like done something and she didn't take her call for let's say a day or two, and then he comes back and then she thinks that that is okay. That is not normal human behavior.
Wow.
It is a form of control. Women, you need to be wise. It is a form of control that the man thinks that he can, because at this point there are some women, you see, that's why I always appeal to the woman. Know who you are. Know your makeup. It's just like when you take a fish out of water. What binds, what makes a relationship work for a woman? It's not love. It's talk.
Okay, Dickness, can we
it's
see
communication?
Dickness, can we see it from this perspective? Because I feel a lot of times we don't communicate. You see, communication is a skill. You can't say as a woman or as a man you don't know how to talk. You must be detailed. There are a lot of people who don't even know if they satisfy their partner sexually. Don't assume they know. So you must learn to communicate. You must learn to say, go deep and say this thing. If you should be able to ask your partner, what kind of style do you like? What takes you to cloud 9? Don't be shy. You see, there are some partners that they are looking for who wants to stimulate this thing. This one, I have it in my mind that tonight I would like to make love with my wife. My wife also have it in her mind, but nobody wants to say it. Man, switch off the light and put on the blue one and do what you have to do.
But Pedro, let me say, there is always a flaw of how relationship even starts in this our society, not just in this our society. You see, because let me use this scenario, and it happens between a man and a boy. If you're an unmarried person here, if you're a single man, single woman, I need you to rethink the way you're communicating, because that's where it starts from. The guy is driving along, he meets a girl, he says hello, and she says hi, and then so where are you going? Oh, so, okay, join me, let me take you. She enters the car, and then the guy, most often than not, I hope you know that it is majorly the guy that do the talking. Where are you going to? Where are you from? Where are you this? What you as the woman doesn't know that he is profiling you. He's trying to find out who you are. What stops you, the single lady, from saying, oh, what do you do? Oh, really? How? Because he's trying to find out about you. You should have the opportunity to do that as well. But most often than not, we allow the man to take control of the situation. And then they say, when they are going, he say, okay, let me give, you see, he said, let me give you my number. He's telling you the things, he's trying to find out if you are his feet. Without you knowing it.
Yeah.
And you are not even part of it. You are a silent onlooker.
Wow.
That's how it starts. At that point, you are beginning to wage all your control. When can I see you? Anytime. Like you are jobless. Do you understand? So now, this thing that is happening in that relationship, this woman already had a taste of it before they were dating. She knew that this guy, he can decide not to call her, and it was okay by her.
Wow.
Like you always say, the biggest error you would ever make in your life is to think that you have the ability to change anybody. Only God can.
Thank you so much. All right, tonight I'll just leave you with one word. In all, marry a kind man. There's something about being a kind person.
This is Family Clinic, the podcast with Pedro.